Right now, a decision late last night, a Dane County judge dismissed an effort to criminally charge the officer who shot and killed Tony Robinson in 2015. Also, Madison Starbucks workers joined in a nationwide strike today. We'll share the change they're demanding to see. Plus, a classic Wisconsin drink steps up to the plate as the Madison Mallards hope to break a world record before their game this evening. Those stories and more coming up right now at 6. Thank you for joining us tonight. More than 8 years after Madison police officer Matt Kenny shot and killed 19-year-old Tony Robinson on Willie Street, the latest efforts to bring Kenny to court have ground to a halt. Late Friday before the long weekend, a Dane County judge dismissed an effort that's been more than a year in the making. Braden Ross has that story.
It feels a bit unfinished.
A major setback for the fight to bring criminal charges against Madison police officer Matt Kenny.
It's a legal statutory interpretation issue.
Friday afternoon, Dane County Judge Stephen Elke dismissing a petition from Tony Robinson's grandmother to find probable cause to charge the officer who shot and killed her grandson in 2015.
It would have been emotionally validating, at least, to have someone say, yep, it's there. Whether or not it's going to be prosecuted, yes, it's there.
The grandmother's legal team arguing under a little-used Wisconsin law, a judge could issue a criminal complaint against Kenny, even though the Dane County District Attorney cleared Kenny of wrongdoing.
It would just mean that he potentially would have to stand trial and let a community decide if that was reasonable self-defense.
In his decision, Elke citing a different law, saying even if he could issue the complaint, Kenny couldn't be prosecuted. He argued it's the state legislature that may have closed the doors on Robinson's grandmother, adding, quote, "I have neither the statutory nor inherent authority to pry those doors open."
He actually said, I'll assume for purposes of deciding this that there is probable cause. I just don't believe I have the authority to authorize anyone to prosecute it.
Robinson's family says they're still looking for options to continue in their pursuit for justice. In Madison, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
Officer Kenny has remained on the force since 2015, now in a training role. In Lafayette County, a Grayshott man was killed when he lost control of his vehicle and struck a culvert last night. Officials were called to the intersection of Highway 78 and Pecatonica Shores Lane just after 8:15 for a report of a single vehicle crash. A passerby found 44-year-old Bobby Dix II unresponsive in his vehicle. An investigation found he lost control of his Chrysler driving north on 78, leaving the road and entering a ditch before continuing across Pecatonica Shores Lane and eventually striking a culvert. He was taken by MedFlight to UW Hospital, where he was later found dead. An investigation into the crash is ongoing. All right, let's head outside now for a first look at your first warm forecast with meteorologist Jacob Montesano. Finally, got a little bit of that rain we were needing.
Yeah, although we did get some rain, we really didn't get a ton. But there is a better chance of rain as we head towards the middle of next week. Right now, we are still seeing some light showers in southern Wisconsin. The greatest chance for rainfall moving forward will once again be to the south of Dane County, right around the Wisconsin-Illinois border. But the heaviest rain overall will be to the south of Wisconsin across Illinois. So looking at future track, we're really not going to see a lot of rain tonight. Some scattered showers and possibly a thunderstorm is possible, but we're not expected to see much. As we head into the afternoon tomorrow, we could see a few more scattered showers and storms, especially to the west of Madison during the afternoon, but these aren't going to amount to much either. At the very most, they will produce some heavy rain over a brief period of time. So we're not expected to see much rainfall for your Sunday. As we look at the current temperatures, 80 right now in Madison. It is cooler to the south where the rainfall has been occurring today, with warmer temperatures to the north where it's been mostly dry. Temperatures are still in the mid-80s up north. As we look at the forecast for tonight, lows will be in the mid-60s because of the humidity. It is going to be fairly mild tonight, but overall Sunday is going to be comfortable. Now, I also want to touch on the smoke forecast, and it's going to stay the same, which is some pretty good news. We're only seeing some light smoke across our area, and it's definitely nice to not have to lead with the smoke because the air quality has been a lot better the last 2 days, and it looks like that will continue. I'll have more details on your Sunday forecast and give you an updated 4th of July forecast, all coming up a little bit later in the show.
Jacob, thank you. Madison Starbucks workers joined a nationwide strike today. They allege unfair labor practices and criticize the coffee giant for requesting the removal of pride decorations last month. Starbucks Workers United, the union representing the workers, alleged that Starbucks is failing to bargain in good faith for a new contract and is violating federal labor laws. They also accused the company of attacking its LGBTQIA staff by not allowing pride decorations at stores nationwide, including on State Street last month, workers told News 3 Now.
Used Pride merchandise in the past and Pride advertising, but when it comes down to the actual workers, when it comes down to healthcare, health insurance, getting trans surgeries and procedures covered, they're really not there for us, and they're actually rolling those benefits back.
Starbucks has denied the allegations. They claim there have been no policy changes and they, quote, unwaveringly support the LGBTQI community. The Madison workers joined those from 150 Starbucks locations going on strike across the country. And planning a farmers market trip this season, city officials say to plan ahead for street closures downtown. Starting with the farmers market this morning, the entirety of the Capitol Square and some of the surrounding streets will be closed to traffic. It's an effort to keep crowds safe. The closures are expected to run from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Vendors, event organizers, and others who need access will still have that access. Metro Transit buses will stick to their usual farmers market detours. And Beer Rock marked its 5th year since the specialty handheld savory pies hit the Capitol. The event kicked off at 11 this morning with a tap takeover. Chefs also featured a special jambalaya beer rock, a pastry dish brought to the Plain States by Volga German immigrants. They're traditionally filled with beef, seasoning, and other veggies. Beer Rock is happy they've hit the 5-year mark.
It feels good to get to 5 years, especially when a couple of those years were the COVID years. Those were difficult times to get through, but we persevered and we're here today and very happy to celebrate that.
The event runs through this evening and live music opens at 7 o'clock with the headliner taking the stake at 8:30 p.m. Well, the Madison Mallards shot for a record-breaking performance tonight, but not the kind of record you'd think. It's got nothing to do with baseball and everything to do with a classic Wisconsin drink. 325 total gallons of liquid, 500 oranges, 239 1-liter bottles of Wallersheim brandy, and 1 custom inflatable glass later. And the Mallards crafted the world's largest brandy old-fashioned cocktail before their game this evening.
One thing about Wisconsinites and the state drink is we all have our opinions on it. We wanted to make, this is the way I make them at home. This is my recipe. It's a recipe we're very proud of.
Fans were able to purchase individual servings of the record-breaking cocktail along with commemorative glasses that read, "I drank from the world's largest old-fashioned." Other Wisconsin Day celebrations at Warner Park tonight include live music and an auction for game-worn specialty old-fashioned jerseys. Fireworks, live music, food, and ice-cold beer. What else could you ask for at a 4th of July celebration? Sauk Prairie is ticking all those boxes this weekend. The combination of a food court full of food carts and beer gardens aim to make sure you don't go home hungry, and a family fun and games area makes it so there's something for everyone to enjoy. It's all building up to a fireworks show tonight.
We're community focused, community supported, community driven, and we're just really, really happy the way that the event is received.
There's still time to join in on the festivities. The fireworks show starts around 9:45 this evening, with the whole event set to end about midnight. Well, still ahead here at 6 today, we celebrate all things television. After the break, we'll take a look back at the heritage of national television.
The Stars and Stripes event starts now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save store-wide with massive savings on special purchases and closeouts at up to 84% off. GE washer and dryer pairs for just $18 a month. Ends July 4th at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley.
You got me.
Okay, you're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. For the guarantee of high-quality promotional items delivered on time, go to 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit VRAPWI.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
The Community Forum for in-depth discussions on the matters that matter to you. For the Record, Sunday morning at 10:30 on News 3 Now, sponsored by MG&E.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
The Stars and Stripes event starts now at Ashley. Save store-wide with massive savings on special purchases and closeouts at up to 84% off. Plus 6-year special financing with no money down. It all ends on July 4th, only at Ashley.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Recently, it seems that just about anything is being added to calendars as national days. For instance, January 23rd is Measure Your Feet Day. Well, today, July 1st, is National Television Heritage Day. And naturally, we could not let a day to celebrate television pass us up. Our Kyle Pozorski looks back with someone who has witnessed the history of local TV.
There's not much written about National Television Heritage Day. Beside from a couple of websites that track national days and the occasional use of a hashtag, the day is rather obscure. To reflect on television's heritage, I sat down with James Hoyt, Professor Emeritus of Journalism and Mass Communication.
Television, when it began, took on many of the characteristics of what radio had been for decades.
Hoyt spoke about what he believes is the legacy of television in America.
I've talked about heritage or tradition in the same way you inherit something. You understand it, you make use of it, then you improve it, and then you pass it on.
He's not too far off from the definition of heritage. Google defines it as property that is or may be inherited. Hoyt explains the early history of television inherited a lot from what was the norm in radio.
If you look at the early format of radio, daytime was soap operas, game shows, nighttime was serials, westerns, detective shows, newscasts in between. That was kind of the basic format of radio.
And when television stations popped up in the 50s and 60s,
it was transformative because it limited where they could watch or where they could interact with the media. But in terms of the overall format and what it provided, it was very, very similar.
Though there have been many changes to the format over the years, ranging from the black and white film days to the modern use of internet to rebroadcast off television sets, Hoyt says there continues to be progress in television, pushing it forward well into the future.
I'm an optimist enough that I'm hoping that that will continue to happen, even though there are challenges along the way that we never could have foreseen years ago.
Other obscure days you can celebrate today include American Zoo Day, International Chicken Wing Day, as well as National Zip Code Day. Well, coming up at 6, the air quality has gotten better in Madison, but health experts say this won't be the last time we see hazy skies this summer. Plus, Jacob is back with another check of your first warm forecast when we return.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Here's your parachute.
Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Packed it myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
In 1930, we began helping people in Milwaukee who were hurt and killed by the carelessness of others. For more than 90 years, the awards for our clients totals well into the billions of dollars, probably more than all the other personal injury firms in the state combined. When entering a negotiation, it helps to have that reputation on your side. We have the talent and resources to take on the big corporations. For regular people all over Wisconsin. Habish, Habish & Rotier, national reputation, hometown service.
This 4th, we're throwing a 4 for the 4th celebration with lots of top-rated 4s to shop, like 4 of my best-selling playgroup sectionals. Keep it fun and functional on my playbook, only $9.99. Or go with my highly rated Playscape for only $12.99. Don't forget my playroom, also $12.99. Stretch out in style on my 4-piece playground, only $24.99. With financing options to fit your budget. You guessed it, 4 plans to choose from. Join the 4 for the 4th celebration at Bob's. It's gonna be lit.
Rider Chip, just taking a break. That window's a bear.
Don't worry, my cousin's got a guy.
Hey, I'm not sure I can help you with the house gas, but I can help you replace this window fast.
Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your summer with 2-for-1 windows and no interest until 2025. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast.
2-for-1 windows won't last long. Hurry, call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
The air quality over Madison may be improving, but experts say we can likely expect hazy conditions to return as the summer wears on. It was an abnormally early start to wildfire season in Canada, which typically doesn't peak until July and August, and has produced a number of air quality advisories here in Wisconsin already. DNR officials say the last time they had to issue an air quality advisory was more than a decade ago. So far this year, 9 have already been issued, and some experts say more could be on the way.
We have more smoke in the July and August, where we're just getting into that part of the year. It would not be surprising to have more smoky days ahead. Will they be as bad as this week? I hope not.
Holloway says if we do see any more air quality advisories, to stay inside. And if you do go outside, she recommends wearing an N95 mask. The air quality advisory expired yesterday, and the conditions are expected to improve during the holiday. A record number of Americans are expected to travel for the long holiday weekend. Most will be doing so by car, as AAA projects nearly 51 million people will travel 50 miles or more to their destination. Those traveling by air looking for independence from what was a disastrous week for air travel nationwide. Severe weather leading to 8,500 cancellations and some 50,000 delays.
Once my connecting flight got canceled, I knew I was going to beg at every counter that I get to. I almost lost it. Actually, that last leg, I understood how people lose it on flights.
More than 4 million air travelers are projected this weekend, and the threat of severe weather has not gone away. Severe storms are expected in parts of the Midwest and East through the weekend. According to FlightAware, there were about 3,000 delays reported at U.S. airports today. You plan on flying anywhere for the holiday there, Jacob?
No, but with the drought we're seeing, I wouldn't mind seeing some severe storms across our area. But although we do have some rain in the forecast, they're certainly not going to be severe. At least it doesn't appear that way right now. So we could see some scattered showers tonight into tomorrow morning, although the threat does appear to be relatively low. High temperatures are going to be pretty hot for Monday and your 4th of July holiday, and we do have a much better chance of rainfall beginning late in the day for 4th of July and lasting until early Thursday, with Wednesday being the hot spot. But right now we are still seeing some very light scattered showers, some small pockets of heavy rain here and there, but for the most part, we're not expected to see a lot more rainfall tonight or tomorrow. But this chance of rain will just kind of be there tonight with not a lot expected. It mostly will be for Dane County and places to the south, also to the west. Northern counties, you folks are going to be very dry. As we get into the afternoon tomorrow, we could see some scattered showers and storms continue, but once again, it's not going to amount to much. And by the time we get to the overnight hours tomorrow, and especially during the day on Monday, we are looking to be very dry, if not very sunny. So for precipitation the next few days, it's not going to be much, maybe about a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch of rainfall for Platteville, but even that, my guess, is a little bit of an overestimate. Later next week, we do have a greater chance of rainfall, but it does look like it will hold off until after 4th of July. It looks like the heaviest rain will be on Wednesday, as the rain will move into our area from the northwest. Widespread rain is possible, and we also could see some heavy rain at times. Still a bit unclear how this will form, but it looks like really most of the day on Wednesday into early Thursday will be the hot spot for when the rain will occur. So rainfall for that system looks to be a lot more promising. 1/2 inch to a 3/4 inch of rainfall for really our entire area, possibly up to 1 inch. Because it's still several days out, though, these numbers are definitely subject to change. And definitely don't cancel any 4th of July plans, because it does look like it will hold off until, at the very least, the end of the day. As long as you can brave the heat, though, because it's going to be pretty hot. I'll get to that in a second, but tonight, lows in the mid-60s, small chance of a scattered storm. Otherwise, we are going to be dry, with the humidity is going to be very mild tonight. But tomorrow is going to be fairly comfortable, with much of our area only peaking in the lower 80s. But beginning on Monday is when the temperatures are going to be pretty hot, with highs right around 90 degrees. And we also are going to be a bit humid as well. So heat indices may be approaching close to 100. My guess is we won't get quite there, but 4th of July is going to be hot, but my guess is it will be mostly dry. So that's a little bit of good news, a little bit of bad news for the holiday. Wednesday is the best chance for the rainfall, and that will continue into early Thursday. Temperatures are going to decrease quite a bit with the rainfall, with highs only in the upper 70s for Thursday, and they'll be kind of around the 80 mark, between 80 and 85 degrees for the rest of the week into the following week. And we also have more chances of rain beginning the next following week. So hopefully, you know, these rain chances do come through. We've had a history the last couple of weeks where we've had the chance of rain, and it's just kind of missed Madison and Dane County. Last weekend, though, we did have a good amount of rainfall for parts of our area, but here in Dane County, we only had about 1/4 inch. So still under that drought. And like I said, although I would like the severe weather, obviously I don't want too much, because, you know, people need to stay safe, obviously. And for the 4th of July, it does look like if you can brave the heat, it is going to be pretty much mostly dry, especially early in the day.
The heat is back.
Yeah, right.
Thank you, Jacob. And if you're looking to get outside and enjoy the holiday weekend, here's a list of fireworks celebrations taking place this week. Here in Madison, Light the Isthmus is just getting underway at Breese Stevens Field, featuring local bands, food, beverages, and to cap it all off, a fireworks show. The event ends at 10 tonight. Tomorrow night, the Mallards are hosting a drone show at Warner Park that'll feature 150 drones, along with a small coordinated fireworks show that'll follow the Mallards game. The Monona Community Festival kicks off tomorrow and runs through Tuesday, and they'll light off fireworks beginning at 9:20 p.m. on Tuesday night. Well, still ahead, Steve Stricker and Jerry Kelly set up a storybook ending in Stevens Point. Next in sports with Andrew.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
If you're looking for the best way to buy a pre-owned Honda, look no further than Honda True. You get less to worry about and more benefits. Choose from 3 different tiers with up to 10 model years of Honda vehicles, inspected by a Honda-trained technician. Discover why Honda True means less compromise and more of what you love about Honda.
Here's your parachute.
Certain it's okay? Are you 4-imprint certain?
Certainty matters, so congratulate coworkers or say thank you with promotional products from 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain.
Need life insurance? SelectQuote found Jacob 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And SelectQuote found his wife Wendy a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
Our secret? At SelectQuote, we aggressively comparison shop up to 10 highly rated companies to find you the company with the best rates. Why pay more? Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit VRAPWI.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
He was a beast on the gridiron. Now this former Badger joins NFL legends in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
It's definitely a pinch me moment.
Joe Thomas tells News 3 Now what he treasures most about his rise to the top. Thursday at 6.
Jerry Kelly and Steve Stricker climbed the leaderboards in the U.S. Senior Open today. Two of the tour's top guns continued battling for a senior major title with their home fans behind them up in Stevens Point. The pair even golfed in the same group today. There's Kelly's mom, Lee, waiting on the 18th hole. That's where we pick things up. Kelly's back nine was beautiful. He'd have 3 birdies, finishing 3 under in the back half, and enters Sunday in second place at 4 under. And then Strick trying to duplicate his fellow Dane County native, and he gets it to go. He'd bagged 5 birdies on the day. Stricker sits in third place, 1 stroke behind Kelly, and 3 back of the leader entering the event's final day. At 10, you'll hear from the duo on their Storybook Weekend. We're still about 7 weeks away from Badger volleyball, but while we wait for the spikes, Devin Robinson provides the strikes. Here she is throwing out the first pitch of the Madison Mallards game last night. The 2021 national champions return on August 19th for a home match against UIC. After getting knocked out in the first round this year, the Bucks are trying to run it back. Yesterday, they re-signed Chris Middleton for 3 years and $102 million. Today, they brought back Jay Crowder, and Milwaukee re-signed Brooke Lopez. That's a 2-year, $48 million deal. The move keeps the Bucks' championship window open, re-signing 2 of the most coveted free agents in the NBA. Now, the free agency madness spread to a few area athletes, too. Former Oshkosh North standout Tyrese Halliburton signed a massive $260 million 5-year deal in an extension with the Indiana Pacers. It's the largest contract in franchise history. And Rockford native Fred VanVleet signed a 3-year, $130 million max contract with the Rockets. The NBA champion secures the most lucrative contract in NBA history for an undrafted player. Brewers looking to avenge a brutal loss from last night, and they wasted no time. Top 2, and there's number 22. Christian Yelich sends that ball for a swim in the Allegheny River. He's returned to all-star form in the last month, and he puts the crew up 5-0 with his 10th bomb of the year. Then in the 6th, bases juiced, but not for long. There's Jesse Winker finding some green. That would score a trio, and right now things are looking good, but in real time, not so much. We're through 8, and the Pirates are in the middle of a ferocious comeback. Pirates are only down 8-11 in the 8th. And finally tonight, today is Bobby Bonilla Day. Despite not playing in an MLB game since 1999, each year on July 1st, the New York Mets pay Bobby Bonilla $1.9 million, and they'll keep doing so until 2035 as part of a deferred contract payment. Armand, what do I need to do to get that kind of money?
Man, I'm asking myself the same thing. I would love to get paid even like $1,000 like once every year for my old job. That'd be great.
Right, and he's not even doing anything.
Exactly. Yeah, he's not doing anything.
So you know how that works. It's basically instead of paying the player a bunch of money at once, they're expanding the contract out. So it helps them pay for more players currently. Tomorrow's going to be nice, a bit hot for 4th of July. A few chances of storms, not going to be a huge issue.
See you tonight at 10 o'clock.